Good morning, Magic players. Good morning. How are you doing today? All right, we're gonna just jump right into it. Modern Horizons 2 is coming. I'm a little late to the game, so I'll just pick some cards and we'll talk about them. First up, Sanctum Prelate. One generic, 2 white, creature, human cleric. It is a mythic. As Sanctum Prelate enters the battlefield, choose a number. Non-creature spells with mana value equal to the chosen number can't be cast. This area is off limits to you, and it's a 2/2. Loving the flavor. I believe that this was one of the great cards of Modern Horizons 1. I didn't collect Modern Horizons 1. I just didn't get around to it. I think I probably had some like kind of wallet fatigue right at the time, and then I didn't hear about a ton of things that I was missing. Plus, I barely play Modern at all. I've played it, but only here and there. So I know very little. But hey, some of you are just getting into the game. I'm getting into this game. I just either like the cards or I don't. It's a bit of casual. I guess I'm a casual player with some experience. There you go. So, cool card, 3-drop, 2/2. Very useful. Multiples can come out and stave off other cards like counter spells, things like that, artifacts, whatever. So there you go. I like it. Flavorful, and not to mention, this is an old border treatment. So there you go. That's more fun stuff from Times Power Remastered. Had the old border, and then you could very, very, very rarely get the foil old border, which are worth a ton of money because of the rarity, right? All right, next. Usuri, Fortune's Flame, 1 generic, a blue and a red, legendary creature, Ifrit. It is a rare. Flying. Whenever Usuri, Fortune's Flame attacks, choose a number between 1 and 5. Flip that many coins. For each flip you win, draw a card. For each flip you lose, Usuri deals 2 damage to you. If you won 5 flips this way, you may cast spells from your hand this turn without paying their mana cost. So, it's 2/3. Fun, absolutely just cool card. I don't care if it's competitive. Okay, so here's the challenge, the Usuri challenge. First person to have a video of winning those 5 flips, okay? That's what we want to see, okay? So as soon as I find it, or if you find it, you hear of it, you've got a video, got a link to it, please send it this way. Hit me in the comments, in the messages, because I want to see what shenanigans can be had with that. That's just a fun card. I mean, that's why we play this game, to have fun, right? Now, it also, so what's popping off in my head? When it attacks, it doesn't have to damage the player. So as soon as it attacks, you're gonna do this. And there are other cards that can affect flips and whatnot. So, and it's a 3-drop, so fun. But what you're going against drawing, draw a card or get 2 damage. So it gives you the choice. If you're low on life and you can't afford to lose 10 life, if you're to lose all 5, then, which we also want to see, right? Okay, so the other user's challenge is, I want to see someone lose all 5 flips. So that'll be fun too. But it's fun, it's flexible. Hey, and if you like this card and you want the boost, boom, there it is. That's the extended art version. Okay, very cool. In which I like this. Now, okay, so I have a lot of art in my family, so I tend to focus on visual, and I have a film degree, so kind of like visual's my thing. So I'm looking at it and go, well, that extended art version I think is really cool because you see the light emanating from Usuri, even more so. So that's really cool. Hey, how about another version? And there we go. Now this is a bundle version. I'm not sure exactly how you get it, but I think the art's pretty cool. And this seems like a cool character. So if they were to do like an animation show or movie, I'd be interested in seeing this character in that. Maybe that'll happen. All right, let's see what else we got. Counterspell. What a classic. What an oldie but a goodie. Great art. It's just 2 blue. Counter target spell. Not about non-creatures or creatures. Just counter target spell. So simple. And wow, counter spell, right? So this borderless version In full foil would be just magnifique. We definitely want to collect those, huh? Yeah. Thrasta, Tempests Roar, 10 generic and 2 green. Legendary creature, dinosaur, mythic. This spell costs 3 less to cast for each other spell cast this turn. Trample, haste, trample over planeswalkers. This creature can deal excess combat damage to the controller of the planeswalker it's attacking. Thrasta Tempest Roar has hexproof as long as it entered the battlefield this turn. You want to talk about beefcake, okay? You want to talk about, what's going to make this set just bonk bonk? That's what I... When I open up packs, I don't really open up packs, but when my partner opens up packs, and it's just an amazing pack. It's just, I just think the whole set is like, okay, that's why we're doing this. We're opening up packs for that addiction to open up crazy cards like this one, Thrasta. Now, there's a lot to this card. There's so many layers to it. 7/7. Okay, so let's go with piece by piece. Okay, it has an immense 12 mana value, right? That's a lot, but the spell costs 3 less to cast for each other spell cast this turn. Okay, so here's one thing that I hadn't heard. I'm sure someone has said it, but I haven't heard it. Remember that this spell costs 3 less to cast for each other spell cast this turn. That's regardless of who casts the spell. So if you cast a small spell, let's say something like removal, okay, something small, and it's countered, that means that this card is now 6 mana less to cast. Your one spell, your opponent's one spell. If you're playing Commander, there may be other spells going on. 3 less, 3 less, 3 less, 3 less, okay? Keep that in mind, okay? You could even bait the opponent to counter you just so that after they've countered you, maybe with their one counter spell that they had open, oh, all of a sudden, this is within range to cast. And it has trample, and it has haste. So it's immediately hitting the board. It's going to attack. Doesn't matter if they have a chump blocker. It's going to go over that. It's going to hit them. Now, trample over planeswalkers. I believe this is the first card to ever have that, which is pretty interesting. Once again, fun, right? So we just did year 3. Now we're having fun with this dinosaur, right? That can hit a plane. You can attack a planeswalker. You don't have to make a choice between the player and the planeswalker. Hit the planeswalker, destroy them, hit the player, and and just have a bunch of fun, right? And on top of that, it has hexproof as long as they enter the battlefield this turn, which then gives you opportunities to do blink effects, right? So we're gonna cast it. It has trample, haste, and hexproof, right? And then the next turn you can blink it. Has hexproof again. Any other time, right? The blinking in and of itself probably will take away the danger, right? But then again, who knows? I mean, once again, it gives you options and opportunities. There's and I'm forgetting it off the top of my tongue there, not Kiara, another sea god. Oh, I know it in my head. It's deep in the recesses of my mind, but it basically bounces a creature every turn. But I think that's at the end of the turn though. Nevertheless, this is one of those cards where you take it and you're like, okay, now it makes you search other Magic cards to see, oh, what can we do with this? And that's the fun of Magic, right? It's fun in and of itself, but it's even more fun the deeper we dive into Magic the Gathering. Oh, you want more? There we go. Thrasta Tempests Roar, but this borderless art is insane. The electricity, the power coming from this, dinosaurs are cool. This just made it cooler. Love this, would love it in foil. Actually, I would love it in foil, and I would love it non-foil as well. So I think it's just a really cool picture, and I believe that's Randy Vargas art. Good job on that. Awesome. Grief. Okay. Already been a lot of talk about this. Once again, I know I'm a little late to the game. But Grief, 2 generic, 2 black, a creature, elemental incarnation, and it's a mythic. It has menace. When Grief enters the battlefield, target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it. That player discards that card. It also has Evoke. Exile a black card from your hand. Okay, so let's just get right to it. Okay. Oh, it's a 3/2. Let's not forget that. A 3/2 with menace. So it needs 2 blockers. You've got to turn turn 1. Exile a black card from your hand. Grief comes into play. Look at their hand. Discard a card from the opponent's hand. And then it would be sacrificed. Okay, so then we go a step deeper, right? How about we evoke, we put it into play, then the trigger of getting a card out of their hand, that's on the stack. We then, before that happens, we target Grief, we blink it. Ephemerate, there's some other cards to do that. So it's going to go out of play and come back into play, but not through evoke. So now we don't have to sacrifice it. Okay, the second time it comes in play, another trigger of take a card out of their hand. Okay, and ephemerate, I think, is just 1 white. So you're talking about the first is an evoke, so you're not paying any mana for that. And the second thing that happens is an ephemerate, which is 1 white. So, and that's 2 cards out of the opponent's hand, and you have a 3/2 menace. This card is ridiculous. This is bonk bonk. There you go. If you wanted a definition of what bonk bonk is, there you go. Bonk bonk. Oh, by the way, you think Grief is bad? Good Grief. There it is. That artwork is amazing. Love it. Would love to see this one foil, because you see like kind of the center of the picture. There's a little lighter colors, a little white in there, a little blue. So that's going to pop on that foil. This is, I think this is one of those cards that's going to, and Thrasta, is going to define this set. But I also know there's another one that's going to define it even more. But this is definitely up there, say top 10 cards, let's say, that define Modern Horizons 2. This is definitely one of them. Amazing card. Get as many as you can. Next, Daken, Shadow Slayer. Daken is just an amazing card from way back in the day. When I was in high school, I had Daken, but mostly because of the art, but we'll get to that. Daken Shadow Slayer, 1 white, 1 blue, 1 black, so 3 total. Legendary Planeswalker Daken, and it's a mythic. The original Daken was not a Planeswalker as far as the card goes. Daken Shadow Slayer enters the battlefield with a number of loyalty counters on him equal to the number of lands you control. That's cool. +1 Surveil 2. I think that's look at the top 2 cards, and you can choose any number of them to go in the graveyard or put them on top of your library. -3, exile target creature. -6, put an artifact card from your hand or graveyard onto the battlefield, and it has a base of 0 loyalty, and so therefore whatever lands. So, but if you were to blink this into play or get this into play, I guess with no lands, then you have a problem there. But either way, later in the game, it's stronger, it's bigger. You might want to exile a creature, immediately. Later in the game, once again, you just put it out and, hey, artifact card that's in the graveyard, immediately put it on the battlefield or the hand too. So that's a lot of flexibility there. Just build your deck around it, right? Surveil 2 is cool. Now, I would say the most important thing to me about this card is that the art is by Richard Kane Ferguson, my favorite artist. And I was thinking of Seb McKinnon. I was thinking, has Seb taken the #1 spot in my mind? The only reason I would say that is because I'd seen more Seb art. He had a secret lair with Seb art. But if I go all the way back, all the years, I'm playing and dabbed, I was kind of in and out of the game. Richard Kane Ferguson is definitely still, he's still #1. He's still #1. So this is very, very cool art. All of the magic lore that goes into this character, I think, just Get into it, man. It's really fun. Hey, want to upgrade? There you go. And we've got the sketch. So this is the first sketch that we're looking at today. There will be many more. You know, okay, so down at the abilities is like torn paper. You can really see that even more. I like the fact, my favorite thing about this sketch is that there's still color on it with the yellow, you know, the kind of the yellow border and the orange, you know, kind of a swipe over the set symbol, right? So you still know that's mythic, but that's cool. You can see the brush strokes. That's a fun card, fun art, and why not? Because we need more, right? One upgrade is not enough. Now we have a full-on borderless color, the whole 9 yards. Very, very, very cool. So, also, you know, I love the borderless cards in the sense that they, you know, they extend in and behind the border, like his head is in front of the name, but then his body's behind the ability. So he kind of has that 3D aspect to it. This in foil, of course, you definitely want, you know, you get one of those, just put it right in your binder, okay? Put it in the sleeve immediately. Don't hesitate. I think this card will, you know, for only 3 mana total, I think it's going to not only see play, I think it's just going to be a ton of fun, ton of collectability to it. So yeah, this is definitely like, this is what brings me to the party. Cabal Coffers. Amazing, amazing. It is a land, it is a mythic. For 2 tap, add 1 black for each swamp you control. So if you have 3 swamps in a Cabal Coffers, you're going to tap 2 of those swamps plus Cabal. So that's 3 lands you're tapping. But you know, I guess in that case you go 3. So let's do some more. Let's do some more swamps. All right, you got 5 swamps, 6 swamps. Turn herb board. Turn all your lands into swamps. There you go. Okay, and this can get out of control. It's not legendary, so again multiples. That's cool. For me, I've never played with it. I think at the time that it was being played, I didn't have the money to play it or to buy as a single. So I've never actually played with it, but I have seen it. I've seen it played, and it's a very cool card. Artwork's cool. You know, this figure is entering, you know, this chamber of secrets pretty much, right? And I think I've heard that that's the on the lower right side, the Mirari, which is a very cool artifact. Once again, jump into the story of Magic. You know, that's always fun to learn a little more about what are we seeing. How about an upgrade? Boom. Now, this upgrade is ridiculous, okay? The coolest thing actually, if you go back, is we are inside the coffers, right? Looking at the figure, okay? And then the upgrade, we are the figure looking into the coffers. I think that's pretty cool. All right, that's fun. I don't know if they, you know, if that was told to them, hey, do that, you know, aspect change, but you know, that's really cool. Whoa. Now, unfortunately, my card is not, the graphic I have is not crisp as I'd like it to be. Anastasia Ovchinnikova? Oh man. I think it's an OVCHIN, and I'm losing the letters there. But that is a long, very cool name. The artist for this card should be turned into a planeswalker. Okay, period. Let's just do that. But the eyes, if you get this card in foil, that's what I was thinking about specifically on this one. All of the eyes, look at all the eyes peering at you from all over the place, you know, in these the Cabal Coffers. If those are highlighted in the foil, this will be hands down one of the best foils of the set. This is so cool. Next, Unmarked Grave. 1 generic, 1 black, a sorcery. It's a rare. Search your library for a non-legendary card, put that card into your graveyard, and then shuffle. I'm sure they were someone important, but I couldn't tell you who they were. That's from Doros, the Expedition Guide. Cool. I don't know exactly how I would use it. I tend to play with planeswalkers more than anything, so this would not work for that. But search your library for non-legendary cards, all sorts of creatures, all sorts of artifacts. Hey, don't have the artifact that you want. Let's say it's non-legendary. Go grab it, put it in your graveyard, then use daken to pull it out of the graveyard and put it in the battlefield. Okay, this is the first thing top of my head. Very cool card. Oh, and extended. So okay, so I can bounce back and forth. Look at that. Okay. Yeah, when I actually put the graphics up and I realized I could just do this like pretty quickly, I was like, oh, so exciting, because we can truly see the difference, right? Okay, so it is truly an extension of the artwork. I believe that the first extended arts were not an extension of the artwork. It was the artwork was just bigger. And so it just took up more of the frame. They removed the edges. This is actually, you're seeing more of the picture. Now, there's not that much more to it on the sides here, but it's cool. And of course, that in foil, that purple energy is going to be shining bright. So very cool, very cool. Got to play with it more. I'm not even sure all the different things I'd like to grab with it, but we'll see. Timeless Dragon, 3 generic, 2 white, creature, dragon. It's rare, as flying, plane cycling for 2. You pay 2, you discard this card, search your library for a planes card, reveal it, put it into your hand, shuffle. Eternalize, that's for 2 generic and 2 white. Pay that, exile this card from your graveyard, create a token that's a copy of it, except that it's 4/4 black zombie dragon with no mana cost. Eternalize only as a sorcery, and it's a 5/5. 5 mana for a 5/5 flyer. That's cool. The plane cycling, well, I mean, just basically it's just, hey, 2 mana plane cycling, go get a planes. That planes could be like a dual land or something like that. And then later on, eternalize it, and you get at least you get a 4/4 black zombie dragon. That's a copy of it. Okay. So because the new token that's going to be created, it's a timeless dragon, but it's going to be a 4/4 black zombie dragon instead of a 5/5. It doesn't have any mana cost. You have to do it as a sorcery, but you got a plane. So versatility, cool. Later in the game, just play your 5/5 flying, or just use it to ramp and get cards in your hand. Make sure you're getting all those land drops. I think it's a cool card, and the artwork. Don't even get me started on artwork. Artwork's amazing. You want to upgrade? How about that? Oh my goodness! What? Is it like that? Is the magic revealing itself? Oh, so amazing. Love this card. Love it. Beautiful. And you see the little flecks of energy off of the wings, okay? The color that's there, that's going to look really cool. Right? Rishadan Dockhand, 1 blue. No, I heard someone say this, Rishadan. So I've always said it Rishadan. But yeah, Rishadan, fine, cool. So I'm gonna go with that. Rishadan Dockhand, 1 blue, creature, merfolk. It's a rare. Island Walk, so can't be blocked as long as the defending player controls an island. Pay 1, tap it to tap target land, and it's a 1/2. It's not hard to find work in Rishada, so long as you've got a strong back and don't ask too many questions. I'm gonna say Rishada, but I still feel Rishada. But either way, cool card. Turn 1, you're putting a threat instead of bottlenecking, their land, keeping them off their curve. You're slowing them down, and then you're playing according, to what you need. So you don't have to do it, of course, but if it helps you, or you have nothing else better to do, yeah, slow them down. Why not, right? Give them less options. Give them less land to cast a spell and cast a removal, cast a spell and cast a counter spell on your turn, right? Keep them off that. So this is just, it's useful. Rishadan Port is what's playing off of, a very, very cool and I believe expensive land. So yeah, this is pretty awesome. Oh, we're extending, we're seeing more. Let's go back. You see that? You see how we're seeing more of the picture? improvements, right? Just improvements. It's so cool, right? Loving the art, loving the story that it invokes, right? Oh, you wanted more? Oh no. Okay, we've got the retro frame, which is in this case awesome looking, and I already know I actually have a couple of foil time shifted retro frame, the Time Spiral Remastered. I assume they're going to do it the same way as far as those foils. Absolutely beautiful. So yeah, I mean, if you get one of these foil with a retro frame, consider yourself very lucky, because I don't think that's going to be an easy thing to get. Next, Richard Kane Ferguson. I'm jumping all the way down to the bottom. We're just going to talk Profane Tutor. It has no mana cost. It's a sorcery. It's rare. Suspend for 2. That's for 1 generic and 1 black. So you're not playing it from your hand. Instead, you're going to pay that 1 generic and 1 black, and you're exiling with 2 time counters at the beginning of your upkeep. Remove a time counter. When the last one is removed, you cast it without paying its mana cost. Search your library for a card. Put that card into your hand, then shuffle. I think it's absolutely awesome. I don't really compare tutors. Oh, well, it's not as good as this. It's better than that. It's another tutor, period. You just got another tutor. You opened a pack and you just got a tutor. Celebrate, okay? Cake's on me, okay? Because at this point, more tutors, the better. And with Richard Kane Ferguson artwork, and of course you want an upgrade. Oh, no. Look at it. So I believe this is Daken forging the black blade, but he's being tricked into doing that by our character that's off here on the right side. So cool. So cool. We just got more Richard Kane Ferguson art. Absolutely love it. Because I'm so into the art, non-foil, I like those. Especially if I want to see, if I kind of want to get a better sense of the brush stroke. Sometimes, and we're knocking on wood that this doesn't happen. So sometimes when you have the foils, the actual artwork is too dark, or the colors are strange, the ink is strange, so we're losing that art. But then the non-foils are just like normal cards and you can see everything. So we shall see. But I'm totally for it. I think this is an amazing card. And why not? Why not have a retro border? This card actually, deserves and needs a retro border. That black, that bubbling black. Oh my goodness. As Daken forged a black blade for Gaedrone Dahada, he unwittingly forged himself into her schemes. So you have the retro frame, and you've got some flavor text giving you a greater sense of what's going on. I want all the versions. Diamond Lion, 2 generic, artifact creature, cat, rare. Tap, discard your hand, sacrifice Diamond Lion, add 3 mana of any one color, activate only as an instant. Now, Lion's Eye Diamond is what this is playing off of. Once again, that was out of my range even back in the day. I was very, very casual. I never got one, didn't really play with it. But now this is available, and I play a lot more enthusiastically, and just more cards. I'm able to get more cards now in my life. So I'm interested in just trying this mechanic of discarding your hand, and then you have a whole bunch of mana. And my assumption is that we're going to use what's on the board with that mana to maybe get something out of the graveyard, or do some shenanigans. So and the fact that, let's see, in general, right, turn 2 you bring this down, turn 3 you can use the ability. So you have to really build a deck around this. But because once again, I don't have a lot of knowledge on Lion's Eye Diamond and playing in that extremely expensive format, I was left out of the party. So now I can kind of get into the party. I can get to the kids' party. I can sit at the kids' table. There you go. I have a Diamond Lion. I can sit at the kids' table. I don't mind. That's cool. Oh, more. Upgrade. Why not? Okay, very cool. You know, I really like that upgrade because you the light, the sun behind the diamond line is more prominent. So that's very cool. Very cool. And look, once again, artifacts in foil period, I think are just one of my favorite things of Magic. So this one is definitely going to be in top 10 cards I love of the set as far in regards to art. Retro. Oh, so cool. So cool. I'm interested to know, of all the retro frames, which are people's favorite. So as we see more cards, let me know which one is standing as your favorite retro frame card. Next. Now here we are. We've entered the land of Fetch. Arid Mesa, land, tap, pay 1 life, sacrifice Arid Mesa, search your library for a mountain or plains card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Now everyone crying because they ain't got fetchlands. The fetchlands have come. That's why this set is ridiculous. In fact, I will go so far as to say this set is my favorite set of the year. Haven't seen the rest of the sets. Don't need to see them. It doesn't matter. Modern Horizons 2, there it is. And why not an upgrade? There you go. Absolutely beautiful with extended border. How about another upgrade? Boom, retro frame. Fetchlands. No. That's bonk, friends. That's bonk. That's ridiculous. And we've got Marsh Flats. And we're extended. Look at that. And retro frame. Misty Rainforest. Misty Rainforest extended. Very, very cool. And retro frame. Absolutely top 10 retro frame. Scalding Tarn. Extended. Retro frame. Amazing. Verdant Catacombs. Oh, wow. I actually have not done... This is my first time doing this, seeing the shift between regular frame and extended frame. That's really, really cool. Seeing the vines and the trees. Absolutely. Sense of adventure right there. And then retro frame is going to just be absolutely awesome. So there we have it. Fetchlands are here, retro frames are here, extended arts are here, borderless is here, magic and lore and characters, from long ago are here. This is by far my favorite set. I don't think anything can top it, period. I don't think anything can even come close to top it. Not to mention, okay, so here's what I'm gonna leave you with. How many versions of Fetchlands are there? There is, let's go back, we're gonna use Verdant Catacombs. So there is your regular border, non-foil, then a foil, your extended art, then extended art foil, then retro foil, and I believe in addition to that, there's an etched foil retro, in addition to a normal foil retro. So that's 7 different versions of Fetchlands. Now you have to wonder, how often are we going to actually see the Fetchlands, right, in packs, But from my understanding, they're going to be available in most all the packs, which I have a whole nother chart for that, which we'll probably talk on a different day. So I am of the opinion that there's way too many versions, in my opinion, but I trust Wizards, I trust Magic, people are having fun, and if it makes little Timmy's able to get, a regular border non-foil and play in the game, and Daddy Warbucks is getting a foil retro frame, right, and playing the same game, hey, the more the merrier, You're able to collect the high-end versions of art and collectability. You're able to get the lower end, although none of the Fetchlands are lower end, period. They're amazing cards and very expensive. But everyone has access to them, and that I do like that. Now the number of different versions across the board is just crazy, but I do have to say, hey, if we could all play the game and all play together and have some fun, that's better for the game. It's better for the environment. It's better for just having fun yourself. It's better for, every aspect. It brings the prices of cards down to get more people into the game. More people getting into the game creates more demand, right? And then supply and demand, right? So the supply is only so much, right? And then set goes out of print. But if there's more demand, because more people are playing, more accessibility, right? Then values can go up because more people are playing, more people want the cards, and there's, X amount of cards to go around, right? And especially if you're talking about the higher end foils and frames, right? How many are you actually going to get? Because in Time Spiral Remastered, you can barely touch those things. So, the more the merrier in that sense. If that's what it takes to get more people in the game, if that's what it takes to bring cards to an accessible price point, I'm down for it. Thank you for joining me. This was super long, but I had super fun. So we'll see you again. We'll have more cards from Modern Horizons 2. And keep playing. Have a good time. Like and subscribe. And we'll see you again.